Hey everyone, and welcome back to a new video. So I hope you guys doing good at home, staying safe. So in today's video we are going to learn how to create a password generator project using Python. So in this project we will be using a common used library Tkinter, some certain modules like string, random module, etc. And we're going to make a fun project. Let me just show you how the project looks and how it functions. So let me just run this program, okay? So it just says password generator, and I have just created a fun type of look saying welcome to our software, thanks for choosing us. And then it asks us how many characters do you wish your password to be. Sorry, how many characters do you wish your password to be? So let's say I just say create 8, and I'll say click here, and then we get a password that is of certain alphabet strings, etc. And let's say we want to hide the password for security purposes, so I just click on hide and the whole password gets hidden. So we're going to learn to create this fun project using Python, and I'm going to create this project in video in certain parts. So today is the first part 1, and stay tuned for my other parts. And if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe to my channel, check out the other videos. I'll be linking them in the tab section. I've got some fun projects such as a rock paper scissors game and a hangman game using Python, and certain theory based projects on Python, so do check them out. Okay, so without further wasting time, let's get to the programming of this project. So the first thing what we want to do is we need to create a string, different types of keys like numbers, digits, special cases like dollar sign, hashtag, etc., so that the password can be generated from a big string which can provide different complexity to our password, and that will improve the program. So for that, first thing what we'll have to do is we will learn a module called as string. Okay, so what is this string module all about? So let me just remove this comments, and let me first import string, and let's import string. And now let's get to the documentation of a Python. So if you do not know, whenever you install a Python IDE, it comes inbuilt with a Python manual. So what you want to do to open that, just go to Python manuals and click on that, and you get yourself open to a Python documentation that has got every single documentation present in it. So what we need to do is we need to type string in the search section and search that. So we will find it in, I don't know, first, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, and the eighth position, and we will find strings. So this string is got a documentation which gives explanation to the whole syntax, library, and the modules present in the string, but we do not need to focus on that. We need to focus only on this portion, that is string constants, and it's got certain defined modules present in them. So first thing is, since we have imported string, let's try the first one that says string.ascii characters. So let me just copy paste this thing out for you guys. Copy paste, okay, control C, and now let me just create a variable saying as word which will store the string, and I'll say string dot control V, string dot ASCII characters, and let's print this out and check out the output that we get with it. Okay, shift F10. Okay, let me just run the program back again. Excuse me, I ran the wrong program. Okay, so we get a string that has got certain strings, that is the lowercase alphabets and the uppercase alphabet present in one whole string. So what is the string module all about? It concatenates certain alphabets or digits or whatever types of characters and saves it into a variable instead of us sitting and typing all the possible types of strings. Otherwise, what we had to do is we had to create a variable, say like we had to, in this place we had to create a word, and then we had to inside it start typing A B C D E F G H, which is simply time wasting and reduces the clarity of our program and efficiency. So we've just got a simple module which has got ASCII letters. So I would advise you all guys to check the documentation, which has got a brief explanation of this module, which has even got lowercase, which returns a string of only the lowercase letters. It's got uppercase, digits, x digit, octadigit, I'm sorry, and you could check all these things out. And what we will be using today is we will be using print table. So let me just copy paste it and let's read what it says. String of ASCII characters which are considered printable, which means all the types of characters, say numbers, digits, alphabets, hashtags, special cases, etc. It's got every single thing present in it, which will be used for our password and improve the quality of our program. Okay, so let me just run this now and let me show you the output. So here you see we get a big string. So the password can be generated from so many number of items present in a string, which is really good for us. So this is the first part of our program, that is it is creating a input of string which is being used by a module string. Okay, so let me just comment this out. Now let's go to the creation of the logic of this program. How will the password get generated? So what we will do is, first we'll create an integer input saying that int, and we will create input, and let's ask the user, please enter the amount of the length of your password required. Okay, length of your passcode. I'll go a bit formal, I'll type passcode required. Okay, and let me just take this integer input. So what will happen is this integer input will get taken down from the user, and now we will use our famous for loop. So for I in range, we will put num in the parenthesis. So it will say for I in range num, which means for this many times. So let's say a user wants a password of length 8 digits. So what we'll say, for I in range 8. So in place of num, it will be getting saved as 8. So 8 times the loop will run and pull out certain substrings from a string which is word. Okay, so what we will do is, right now we will create another variable. So what will the variable be called as passcode, which will save our passcode and print it for later use. So now what we will do is, we will also import a random module. Random module is a common module used in Python for basic programs where you can generate a random output which the computer decides. Okay, so what we'll just create a variable a, and now we will use a random module, random.choice. So it will pull out a random substring from our main string, that is word. Okay, and it will save it in a. And now what we will do is, we'll simply say passcode plus equal to a. So every time it will, the a alphabet, the string present in a will get saved into passcode, and this will happen how many ever times the length of the passcode is required. So that is num. Okay, so let's say if user puts example 6, so the range will run on passcode variable for 6 times, and that way we will get our password length. And now let's run this program, print passcode, and let me just run it and check it out if everything works perfectly. Okay, and let me just zoom into this. Okay, so please enter the length of your passcode required. I'll say length 10. Okay, 10, and let's count the number of digits of our passcode. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10. So it works perfectly. Now let's try again and check the output, because we need to see that the password generator is providing different values every time. So 12, and here you see we get another password which sounds to be pretty strong enough for security reasons. So if you haven't heard about companies like let me just type it down, LastPass. So what does this company do is, this company, basically it's a website that creates passwords for users, and those passwords are pretty strong, and it's basically used for security purposes, so that no hacker can hack into your accounts. So what does the password generator on these big websites do? Their logic behind creation of the password is pretty much the same. So they take a set of strings and then they input certain values. Only they will be having all their passwords stored in databases, etc., while we will not be using databases, because we will be creating a simple Python program for it. We will not be adding any databases. So that's it. Like, we have created the main part of the project which is creating a logic for a passcode, where we just put in a random length of a passcode required 7, and then we get the password generated. Okay, so now in the further videos I'm going to teach you all how to present this code into a Tkinter GUI graphics, which will in the end look like this program. Let me just show you again. It will have this program. Let it load. Okay, it will be having a graphics user based program where you can type your number of characters present in it and then click it, and then it gets saved into here and you can hide it, etc. So I'm going to do this in the upcoming videos, so stay tuned for my upcoming videos. And if you like this video, don't forget to like it, share it with your friends so that I get a bit publicity, and do comment regarding which fun project do you want me to create next, and I will be getting them as soon as possible. Until that time, stay safe.